How many people does it take to put valve covers on an LS?
You know what? You know why I'm feeling pretty good right now? Because we're standing in front of soon to be the world's fastest stock block LS on the planet Earth. Other planets I can't speak for, but planet Earth I can speak for. All right, Pittman, you're the cameraman. Let's get it going on. Let's get it going on. All right, guys, we're here in the engine room. We got Mason, we got Scott, we got CJ, we got Pittman behind the camera, and we're here to give you guys some important information. There's a lot of misinformation going on in the world and on the internet, like other people saying, "Oh, I'm gonna set the stock block record." That's misinformation. They're not. We are. And other people can talk about it, and then there's people like us that can be about it. Look at this. Look at this. See this right back here, Pittman? Can you see that? Can you see that right there? What's that say?
6-0.
6-0? Are there, what else do we have to do to let people know this is? Oh, what about this? That part number right there? 1255134. You can go to Advanced Auto and get you a 6-0 truck block.
Is this one that came out of work truck out there?
This did actually come out of one of my work
Really?
trucks. I swear to you, I'm not even kidding you. This came out of one of my work trucks.
Legit, it really did.
This motor has been on storms. I took it apart. We put some parts in there, and
this motor might have actually paid for itself.
Wait, I was going to say, this motor has made you money, and now going to make you a record.
Oh yeah, it's literally going to do it all.
Double duty.
Here, don't put those on here. We got to look in here. We got to talk about it quick. All right, so what do we got going on here? This is Hank's motor. This is a 408 cubic inch stock block, not filled, right? It's not filled.
Nope.
Right? No.
It has nothing in it.
Not filled, not sleeved, doesn't have billet mains. This is a stock block as it comes. No sleeves, no nothing that people argue about. This is like the OG stock block. Will I build another one that's all gangster with billet mains and sleeves? And yes, I will. But this one is not the one you guys can argue with me about. This is the one just to shut you guys up. Will this motor die?
Oh, yes.
This motor will come apart. This thing is a hand grenade, right? But we're going to see how big of a boom we can get out of this hand grenade. The setup on this thing, not really a great crank. This crank actually came out of Chris's Corvette when it spun. It broke the keyway and spun the balancer on it and messed up the snout. He bought a new crank. I sent this one back to Shaft Tech. It was originally an LS7 crank, so it had the long snout. We cut it and shortened it up. So a lot of used parts in this unit. The rods, MGP rods.
Used rods.
These rods have 300 passes on them. Or no, these they got a lot of passes. I don't know if these are the 300 pass set, but they're expired. They shouldn't be in a motor.
They got changed. They were these got a lot of passes, so we need to put rods in.
Yes.
They were just in a box.
Yeah. They were in a box that says used. Like, look, no lie, come here. I just have these laying around. For everyone that says I don't race, literally hold my dick. We have boxes that just say 60 passes, used rods, 100 passes, used rods, laying around. How do I not race but yet have these? Seriously. The math doesn't math on that. That just doesn't make any sense. You know what? You don't race.
I said, whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe.
You just sit at home and comment dumb shit on my YouTube videos.
You got to point out the ASCAS trick.
Look at this. Non-CNC'd heads.
Straight from Summit.
All right, so let me say this. Still in the bottom end, we got just a shelf piston, like just a Weisco shelf piston. Got it from the guys up at TKM. They did all the machine work. It is top fuel hoop. We are in the copperhead gaskets. Half-inch studs?
Half-inch head
Does it have
studs.
half-inch head studs? Let's see.
We did put half-inch head studs.
Yes, it does have half-inch head studs. It was decked. They did all the machine work. Scott put it together. In the difference between engine assembly and engine building is what this thing in front of you is, because you can't assemble this. You have to build it. Nothing fits.
Nothing.
Scott and I spent an entire day getting the cam gear, timing chain, degree the cam, front cover, and fuel pump drive to fit on it.
But you have to come up and look at the front of it.
Yeah,
Before anybody says anything, it ain't like we just put a stock cover on it.
No, so this is, if you're going to swing dick and you're going to say, oh, I'm going to set all these records on the internet, you best have a good background and a lot of knowledge of the platform, right? You can look back up here, Pittman. You can go back up. There you go. New guy on the camera. He's old too, so you got a boomer holding the camera, literally. This you got to know like what works and what doesn't, and you can't just go and have someone else do it because that's not really doing it. We're in here doing it. This is like my home remedy. We ordered these heads straight from A-Tech. They're gonna come apart, that's for sure. Steel valves in them, like not nice shit.
Stock rocker arms.
Stock rocker arms. We did put the BTR shaft rocker upgrade, which I'll be honest with you, I like BTR. not really that user-friendly for us. We fought these a little bit, but is it my knowledge or my lack of knowledge, or some things are just, if it's not a problem. Does this add valve train stability? Yes. Will this motor probably be around long enough to show how great this valve train stability is? No, it's not.
If you're using a stock lifter with the stock amount of travel, that's good to go.
You can slap those suckers in there. We got a set of Johnson short travel link bar lifters in there. Not the 904, they're the standard drop-in. We got a set of badass Manton 3-piece push rods. I know I got a spare around here somewhere. Except every time I order push rods, I order them with spares. Even though I don't really use them. Look at this push rod. You got the extended tip on this side, and then you got the ball. In this thing, it's not a super beefy one. Do we have any real thick guys in there that ran on my other LS stuff?
Yeah.
Right down here. It's just like the knowledge of the LS platform. This is an extremely thick wall. It's not solid because you have to have oil flow through it, but this is a very thick. We don't want any deflection. But you look at this guy here. Come look at this, Pittman. We're just gonna get a quick look in there. You couldn't go really big because you're super close to the side of the cylinder head.
And we didn't want to machine it.
And you didn't want to machine it, right? Because budget, stock block, yeah. Look, this is what I run in the Black Sheep, right? See the difference? Here, I'll hold it down here. See the difference? Here, POV.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Sorry, that's inappropriate. I shouldn't be doing that on YouTube. This is like the Billy Badass. Like, this is what we run our all-out shit. We couldn't put this size in there. It wouldn't fit in the hole.
That's what she said. Michael, please.
But this is the size we need, so we just made it super thick diameter, and it's badass. So, all the little things, we kind of cheated it up where we could. We're running this external oil pump on a stock block. What? Yeah, the external oil pump, I think that is a very important thing. So we got an Aviate oil pump that's going to be running here. We're running the same balancer and pulley setup that we ran on the Black Sheep, so it's got the 28-tooth HTD drive off the back. So we'll have the oil pump here. We did a 2-stage Aviate oil pump, 1 pressure stage, 1 scavenge stage for the turbo, and then we went with this billet front cover with the fuel pump drive off there. So tried to really maximize all of our room and get all the best parts in there. We got a Rage fuel pump. Let me see this. We got a dual spur gear fuel pump on this unit. Bad son of a gun right there. You know what that's going to do? That's enough fuel pump to split this thing in half as it is. That's like a 18-gallon minute fuel pump. This is what we... I don't even know what the record is. Maybe a teen? It's something in the teen at this point. And the issue with the stock block stuff is you can only go so fast and make so much horsepower before stuff just comes apart. Do we have the lightest chassis for this? Probably not. We have a car with 2 seats. We have a 2-seater. Everyone else has a race car with 1 seat. We have a 2-seater. But I think with the right converter, treating the motor the right way, I mean, to the best of your abilities, getting the RPM up, not trying to load it super hard, I think it could go really fast and get some longevity. We're not going to go out the gate and try to go teens. That's unrealistic. We got to go and get the car dialed in, have it run good up front, not really lean on it too hard out the back, not try to exceed that 30, 35 pounds of boost, because they'll make really good power, 30 pounds of boost. When you get up there at 40, 50, 60 pounds of boost, the blocks just come apart because it's a stock block.
We're going to find out where that point is.
Yeah, we're going to figure out where it is. But we just got this done. It's a badass piece. I mean, dude, if you look at cost, right? Let's just talk about cost really quick. I don't know if it's a super smart financial decision to do it with a stock block, because literally, you change the block, you'd probably have you a $30,000 motor. And the only difference is, like, hey, we got this block out of a work truck where you can go and spend $2,500, $3,000 on Summit and get a dart block. And you could easily have a $30,000 motor. But it's got some really good stuff in there. Non-center weight counter.
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Non-center counterweighted crank because I know it's going to die. But I have an Ohio Speed center counterweight crank, which we're going to... We know this thing's going to die. We're going to get a backup coming. So all we have to do with that really is just the short block. This has the lamb cam in there, so we're going to see how far we can go with the lamb cam. I don't know anyone that's really done a max effort lamb cam build. Obviously the Black Sheep cam, we know how fast that can go. But I think this should be able to go, pretty low in the 4s. One thing that T-Cam also did for us is they redid the valve spring package on there, because obviously you don't want to run I think this had like a 660 valve spring for what we're trying to do. That wasn't the right spring. So we got the top end all figured out. Lots of time involved there. Scott spent a lot of time on this motor. It's been probably together and back apart maybe 4 or 5 times.
At least.
But that's just the nature of the beast. That's what you have to do. So, anything else? CJ, you want to talk any smack? Nothing. You got nothing to say. You ain't gonna hype me up. Pittman, I know you got me.
Man, I'm excited about it.
If we get this record, if we go out there and just get the stock block record, we're gonna get the LT record.
I appreciate you.
We don't just do it.
But I would say this: John's got some serious up energy on this. Because when Scott said this thing's gonna let go, John was like, I don't care. We get another one.
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
I mean,
we get another one.
I can tell you what, there ain't no shortage of LS stock blocks around.
How many trucks
around here?
How many trucks we got?
Around here, dude, I got a wall just lined up with stock blocks in the back. And at this point, I got enough used rods, because race season's about to start, so I'm about to have boxes full of them. I got enough used rods and shit laying around. I mean, we'll be able to just keep throwing these things together and throwing them together and throwing them together. So, and these, like I said, these heads are just some, like, off-the-shelf heads. I don't think, if you put it, I don't think you can justify having a badass head on a build like this, because the bottom end in the block's going to give up before you can maximize the top end. So, this is our stock block build. For anyone that has any questions, is it a stock block? I mean, dude, just look at it. We're not even painting it. The paint wouldn't dry before it came apart.
There's one thing I want to clarify, though. I am saying this is going to come apart because I know what we're going to do with it. Not because we skimped on putting it together. Not because we don't know what we're doing. Everything has been measured in this thing. It actually has some extremely wide bearing clearances, so it can move around. But I also know what we're going to do with this, because we're just going to keep hitting the up arrow until it splits it. It breaks it, or something happens.
It's going to break due to catastrophic failure, not because of, like, anything was done wrong. We're just
going to keep going.
This crank, the horsepower rating of this crank, 900, okay?
Before it got hurt.
900. So, this is very similar to what we did with Hank. We put Hank together looking to make 1,000 horsepower, and then, boom, our fuel consumption is 1,600. So, I mean, We're gonna do some R&D. We're gonna see how far
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. All right. That's gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop some comments. We need some controversy. We need some controversy on the internet. I'm going for the stock block record. And for all you dunces out there that are saying that I'm not going for the hydraulic roller record, here, look. There it is, right there. Ooh. That's it. So yes, we're doing both. Ooh. We're like Burger King. We're doing both.
Wow, that is shiny.
And then, see that one right there? We're going to make 800 horsepower NA with that. Just because. You figured out how to zoom?
Yeah, now I do.
Dude, what a come up for a boomer like you to figure out the zoom on that thing.
I do all what I can around.
Hold on, I'm going to take a picture of you.
Do what I can.
Dude, listen. Hear me out. I'm going to take this picture and I'm going to put it in the video right now.
That's all right.
Imagine this guy outside your window while you're eating dinner with your family. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Crazy, dude. Hey, crazy.
You keep that up, I'll learn how to focus on them teeth.
Wow. All right, give me the damn camera.